Hey guys, this is John. Welcome back to the channel. Today what we're going to do is we're going to replace a headset on a vintage bicycle. We're going to go over all the proper tools to use and some of the not so proper tools to use that you could still use. Stay tuned to find out. First thing we're going to do is we're going to remove the lock nut and the top race. Now I'm going to pretend like this is tight. Ugh! It's not, because there's no threads. That's why we're replacing the headset. So we're going to put on another headset that actually has a shorter stack height. When you're dropping the fork, put your cup your hand underneath just in case there's loose ball bearings, or have a tray underneath. This one just happened to have cage ball bearings, so we don't have to worry. Now the next tool we're going to use is the Park RT1. What this is going to do is it's going to extract the cups. Let me show you how it works. All right, we're going to take this puppy, put it in from the bottom. I'm going to squeeze it with my fingers to get it up a little bit further. Then I'm going to grab it from the top, pull it up till it clicks. It's in there. Now we're going to use a blunt object that is a Park. No, it's not a Park. It's a hammer. Now, when I do this, I'm going to cup the cup with my hand underneath like this and catch the cup so it doesn't spill onto the ground and scratch up. There she is, perfect shape. I'll do the same for the top cup. I'll drop that in. I'll squeeze it together so it lowers a little easier. Pull it down till it clicks. And away we go. Here we go, we'll give it a whack. I'm holding onto the cup so it doesn't fly. Just a tip. Don't miss with the hammer and hit your frame. That would be bad. Here's the used 105 headset we're going to put in there. And we do have seals that go with the cups. We're not really worried about that. One thing you should do is check your bearings, make sure they are the same size. And if they're not the same size, make sure you know which one goes with which cup. Now the next tool we're going to use is the Park HHP1. This is a headset cup press, and we'll show you how it works. Now, not everyone could afford one of these or want one, so I call this the redneck method, but I've used it several times. Where you get a bolt and two washers. Of course, this is a short one for a bottom bracket, but you could do the same thing. You could press it with a big bolt and two washers. But if you have access to a press, use the press. First thing I'm going to do is lightly grease the cups where they go into the frame. I just think it's a good idea. A little less friction. Do that on the top and bottom. Here's the bottom of the press. We're going to put the cup on there. You know, this is harder than it looks, guys, trying to do this on camera. But here we go. And then we're going to put the top cup on top of the frame and press it down. Just put that right on there. Put the tool through. Push this button on the bottom here. All right, try to make sure that this tool is as straight as you can. Gently close it. Before you do, make sure this cup is sitting flat on the tool. If not, this tool has adapters that'll help you. This one is sitting flat. Same thing on the top as well. And crank her down. This one's going to go in really easy. I can tell. Yeah. Just a few cranks. And in she goes. So I looked around the headset to make sure those cups are pressed in all the way. Looks like they are. So now what we have to do is we have to remove the fork race. Now there's two ways of doing this. One would be the redneck way, which, you know, some people just can't afford the tools or have the tools. You put a flat blade screwdriver here, and you knock with a hammer. You hit it here, and you hit it in front and back and forth until it comes off. I don't recommend it. If you're doing this yourself, maybe go to the bike shop and use a fork race remover like I'm going to do right now. All right, now this is a Park, what do they call it? CRP2. And we are going to use this tool to remove the fork race off this fork. And what I like about this tool is it'll remove the fork race without scuffing it, and also remove it nice and easily, so it comes off easily. There's a plunger in here. Here it is. We're going to unscrew it. And I think it's, maybe not deep enough. What we have to do is we have to make it deep enough for the steer tube to fit right in it. Let's give it a try. Looks like we're going to be okay. So, let's loosen these up so it opens up enough to put the fork race in there, or the bearing race in there. Let's drop the fork in perfectly. Now it's going to be hard for me to do this on camera, so what I'm going to do is tighten this, and I'll show you what I did. Not sure if you can see what I did here, but I tighten these up all the way around so it gets underneath the fork race. See that? Also, I made sure that the fork is centered in the tool. After that, all we got to do is screw this down. There it goes, now it's bottomed out. Now, this fork's going to drop like a rock the second that race comes off. So I'm going to do it on the ground. Let's see if I can film it. Okay, it looks like we're about to go here. It's on the bench. You can see the tool's underneath the race all the way around. We're going to tighten the tool, and it's going to pull this thing up. Ready? Let's see how it works on camera here. Oh, that was easy. I pull it straight up, nice and easy. Off it comes. The next thing we have to do is put the fork race, bearing race, onto the fork. Here you go. I'm going to drop it on. Now that's not going to just go right in. We're going to have to pound that down. Now there's a couple methods. Number one is the redneck method. I shouldn't call it that. I used it myself, and the idea is not everyone can afford the proper Park tool. That's why, you know, headsets, sometimes it's best to go to a bike shop. Some people just use a pipe. They take the pipe and they crank it down, and they pretty much hammer it on, which I wouldn't suggest doing. I recommend turning it upside down with the pipe and bang it on the ground. It actually does work. I know you purists are like blowing your brains out, but not everyone can afford the tools. I get it. So what we're going to do is use this Park CRS1, and on this particular one, we're going to use this adapter. It best fits the race, and here we go. Now, I'm actually going to start out by wetting this with a tiny bit of grease. I'm just talking just a smidge, just to help it along. All right, here we go. It's going. I had to finish it on some blacktop. Worked a lot better. It's in there. I'm going to drop down our seal, which not many headsets have anymore, individual seals anyway. Make sure it's centered. Put the bearing down. Now there's no grease on that yet. Reason why is I'm going to do a test fit. I'm going to put it up in there. Roll it. Does it feel smooth? Yes, it does. I feel good about that. Now I'm going to grease it up. Some people like to put grease on the bearings. Some people put it on the cup. I like to do it the way that guarantees. I get the most people leaving comments making fun of me. And like whacking that last tool on the concrete, for instance. Here we go. Of course, we got grease up top as well. In this case, the cup is what we're threading down onto the fork. So up top, we have our seal and our bearing. We'll thread down the cup. Ooh, that feels smooth right off the bat. That's good news. To finish off, we'll have our washer. Wipe off that grease a little. And our lock nut. Now sometimes it's best to adjust this after the front wheel is on and handlebar and stem so you can feel for free play. But actually, sometimes you might end up with a headset that's too tight. So I'm going to lock these two together now. Give that a snug. Feels nice and smooth. No free play. All right, we're in good shape. Thank you guys for watching. It was a little odd making this video. I'm not used to making how-to videos. Put your comments and questions down below. I want to thank Millrace Cyclery for the use of their tools here, and that one there, and also the Crown Race remover as well. You know what, guys? I just love bicycles. I love these vintage bikes. That's why I make the videos. I'm not making money on these things. I just like to be part of the cycling community and add what I can. Thanks so much for watching. We'll catch you next video. I can't do this.